my friends, today I wanted to have a little heart-to-heart with you guys because I try to stay really positive on my YouTube channel. You know, if you watch my videos, it comes across like I'm always positive and I'm happy and I appear to be healthy, and that's not 100% the case. I try to stay positive for two reasons. One is that I have found going through this healing journey of mine that if I do let myself have a negative mindset and let myself give into the negativity, that's just, it's so bad for healing. And I spiral down into this deep hole of feeling not only physically sick but mentally sick as well, and that's just so much harder to dig yourself out of than just a physical illness. And so I am trying to stay positive most of the time. Like, most of the time I do have a very positive mindset. And then the other reason I'm positive on my YouTube channel is that I know you guys value the positivity, and it's not helpful to anyone if I just sit here and complain with no silver lining and no solution to feeling super negative and down. You know, I started my YouTube channel to help people, and sitting here complaining is not really helpful. But I do think that at a certain point, not showing you the negative side and not telling you what's really going on 100% does do a disservice and is unhelpful, because then you have no context for what I'm actually going through. It ends up making all of this look a lot easier than it actually is. And I have been putting on a brave and positive face, but this has not been easy in any way, shape, or form. And to be honest, there has been a lot of negatives about going through topical steroid withdrawal. The biggest one is probably the pain and discomfort that I'm constantly in. But that's just something that, you know, you kind of have to deal with. And maybe I'll make a video about framing my mindset about that in the future. But today I specifically wanted to focus on body image and self-relationship issues that I have been struggling with in these last few months, because I think they're things that I have gone through, they sucked, and I've kind of come out the other side and I'm dealing with, and I can actually, you know, be helpful and share a silver lining from them, so that if any of you guys are going through anything similar, I mean, a lot of people struggle with body image issues, so hopefully this discussion will be helpful for you guys. But yeah, if there's any other topics that you guys do want me to discuss keeping a positive mindset about, like the pain, let me know down in the comments below and I can make future videos about that. But yeah, today I just wanted to address the kind of body image, self-image, self-love struggles that have occurred going through this journey. So for any of you who are new around here, I'm going through something called topical steroid withdrawal. And what that does to your body is it basically makes your skin rebel against you in every way that it possibly can. So gradually over the course of coming off the steroids, my skin got really red, it started to get really flaky, really dry, obviously painful, itchy, etc. But the redness slowly started spreading across my body. If you guys remember, I had like a patch on my arm, and then it got better. I was like, oh my god, I'm better, and then it was not better. So basically, the redness gradually spread from like a few small patches to literally covering my entire body. And then on top of that, my skin was really flaky, like it looked like I was molting. And so in the first, it was probably like 2 months into this, I had my first really bad body image day. I woke up and looked at myself in the mirror, and I didn't even recognize my own body because it looked so different, because I was just so splotchy and red, and my skin didn't look like skin. Like, I felt alien in my own body just looking at it. So that was a great start to the day, just waking up and looking at myself and just not recognizing what I was seeing because I looked so different and frankly hideous. Then I decided to go to the gym, and for some reason the outfit that I decided to put on included a pair of shorts that were like granny panty diaper shorts. They're like runner's shorts that have like the built-in underwear, but they're just super baggy on me and not flattering at all. But I put them on because I wanted to wear shorts for some reason or whatever. But then I was working out and I was looking at myself in the mirror, and the shorts were so unflattering, and I already was disturbed by my skin that day that kind of gave me another blow to my body image. And then at that point I was also like right about to start my period, so I was kind of bloated, and I didn't even realize that at the time. So I was like, wow, I also look like I gained about 10 pounds already. Later that day I decided to go shopping, which is usually a horrible experience anyway, because as someone who's not like, I'm lean, but I'm not skinny. Like, I have enough muscle where nothing ever fits me right. Like, the only shorts that fit me are the curvy shorts from American Eagle. And so trying on clothing item after clothing item and have it not fit and just look horrible because it doesn't suit my body type was just another blow to my body image. And then on top of that, the horrible lighting in the dressing rooms, looking at my skin, it just highlighted all of the issues that were wrong with my body. And so by the time I got home from shopping, I was almost in tears. I honestly don't think I had ever, I don't want to say I hated my body in that moment, but I felt so uncomfortable with my body. And I don't think I've ever felt that uncomfortable in my own skin before, except when I'm like at a party or at a bar and I just feel really awkward standing there. But like, as far as my body image goes, that was the worst day I've ever experienced. And I wish I could tell you I had a quick solution for how to fix this, but honestly, it has kind of just taken time and mental reinforcement of my self-worth and self-love. But what I did when I got home is I talked to my boyfriend, and I basically almost started crying to him. I was just like, yeah, like, I feel hideous and ugly or whatever. And he graciously reminded me that I was about to start my period, so that's why I was super bloated and looked like I had gained 10 pounds, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's a thing. And I do honestly feel that just talking through it with him made me feel so much better. Like, I had gotten so much in my head about my body that just talking about it made me realize kind of how ridiculous I was being, because yeah, clothes never fit me because I just don't have a body type that is suited for normal clothes. I was wearing very unflattering shorts, so of course I'm not gonna look good in the shorts. I'm going through a healing process, so obviously my body is not going to look as good as it possibly could. So talking through it really helped. And then after that, I decided that I was gonna stop looking at myself in the mirror as much. I started wearing more clothes that just covered my skin, just so that I didn't have to really look at it, because there's no point in looking at it and obsessing over it. You know, staring at my horribly red, flaky skin in the mirror wasn't gonna make it go away. It was just gonna get me stuck in that negative mindset that was gonna reinforce to my body that I was sick. After that day, my frequency of getting on the scale drastically declined. I've never been one to get on the scale all the time or obsess about my weight, but I realized that there was literally no point in thinking about my weight, because it was just gonna be all over the place, especially when my body started swelling. I definitely probably gained like 15 pounds of swelling when my body was swelling. I don't know, I didn't weigh myself because there would have been literally no point, because it just would have messed with my head, and it's not something that was at all in my control. I think that night too, I also made sure to cook myself like just a big nutritious meal to remind myself of what matters and why food is so important, and to kind of snap myself out of that mindset of, because I'm pretty sure I had some of those creeping thoughts like, oh, maybe I should restrict my calories or whatever. And so I was like, no, we're gonna sit down, eat a lot of nutrition, give your body what it needs to heal, and move on with our lives. And that was honestly not my worst skin day. That was just one of my worst body image days. And after that, my skin kept getting worse. So I did have to work on maintaining a positive mindset and reinforcing those ideas in my head that, you know, I need to feed myself nutrition. I need to not obsess over my skin. I need to not think about my weight, because those are all things that don't matter and are out of my control. And somewhere along the way, one of the things that my boyfriend said to me really helped. And I don't know if this is gonna help any of you unless you're going through topical steroid withdrawal, but I kept talking about how I looked like I was molting, because it literally looked like I was molting, because my skin was just like flaking off everywhere. It was disgusting. I mean, it's still happening. It's still disgusting, but I'm not thinking about that now. But because I was talking about molting, I forget what exactly he said, but he made some reference to the fact that if I'm molting, that means I'm turning into a butterfly. And that has completely shifted my whole perspective. Like, just that one little thought that even though I'm going through something horrible now, and I don't look that great right now, it's because my body's changing. It's because my body is healing. It's because I'm getting healthier and I'm getting better, and I just have to go through this phase of being the ugly little duckling before I can become a swan. Thinking about the fact that I'm becoming a butterfly allows me to be excited for the future, excited for when my skin is smooth again, for when it's clear again, for when it's not red, for when I can go to the gym and feel strong and powerful and beautiful. It allows me to think of this as a transformational process rather than an illness or a sickness that's weighing me down or that I'm stuck with. So because I had had probably a month or two of practicing these positive thoughts and this positive mindset when my skin was at its absolute worst, which was maybe like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, it was real bad. It was painful to move, painful to walk. Walking up and down the stairs, oh boy. But practicing that positive mindset allowed me to just continue to live my life to the best of my abilities and not let how I looked stand in my way from being as capable of a human as I could be. So I was actually cat sitting for a friend for a few days when my skin was at its worst, and I had to, you know, walk around to get food, get groceries, etc. It was deathly hot, so I had to wear shorts and a tank top or else it would have made my skin even worse. So I was literally walking around outside in public looking like I had some horrible skin disease. People were staring. Like, I caught lots of people staring at my legs, at my face, at my arms, and at that point, I had gotten to a point where I didn't care, because I had come to terms with it, and I wasn't going to let how I looked stop me from living my life and doing what I needed to do to feel like a capable human, because I was in so much pain that it would have been really easy to just let myself sit in her apartment, not move, not do anything. But that, again, would have reinforced a negative mindset that I was sick, that I wasn't capable, that I was doomed to just be stuck there for the rest of my life. And so being able to get up and walk around was massive in maintaining my positive mindset. So this whole experience has really helped me learn how to just say screw it and not be embarrassed to go in public when I don't feel like I'm looking my best. It would be so easy to let topical steroid withdrawal keep me in my house covered up 24/7. But because I have worked on repeating positive thoughts and reinforcing a positive mindset, I've been able to not let that be the case. So I've come to terms with the fact that, you know, I look like I have a horribly contagious skin disease. It's not contagious, by the way, but I look pretty gnarly when I go out in public and people are gonna stare, whatever. I've come to terms with that. But the last few weeks, I've had a new fun little thing that I'm going through, and that's the fact that I have definitely gained a little bit of weight since going through this and since completely quitting exercise. It's been 3.5 months, maybe 4 months since I completely stopped exercising. When I first started going through topical steroid withdrawal, my weight actually dropped quite a bit initially, and I got to the lowest weight and leanest body fat percentage that I'd been at in quite a while. Part of that was probably because I was overtraining a little bit. I had been training 6 days a week, which I know was pushing it a little bit, but you know, I thought I was healthy. I thought my body could handle it. Turns out I wasn't healthy. My body couldn't handle it. So when I quit exercising, I dropped a lot of weight due to inflammation, but also I started the autoimmune protocol, and that probably reduced my calories a little bit because I was eating only whole unprocessed foods. But then about 2 or 3 months into topical steroid withdrawal, I started getting a lot of swelling. My legs looked like they had gained about 20 pounds, maybe each. Like, it was gnarly amounts of swelling. My ankles were gone. I had potato feet. If you saw my Instagram stories, you know I had potato feet. Then I also started a new supplement that ended up making me pretty bloated and constipated for a while. I've worked through that. We're good with that now. But the combination of the two made me look like I had gained like anywhere from 20 to 40 pounds on any given day. Some days I looked like my normal self. Some days I looked just not like myself. And so I had no idea for quite a while as to whether or not I'd actually gained any fat or if it was just all swelling and bloating. But in the last like 2 or 3 weeks, the swelling has drastically gone down. I'm not super bloated or constipated anymore. And I can say with confidence, I have gained some fat. It's only like probably 2 or 3 pounds of fat. I weighed myself the other day. I have definitely not gained more than like 4 pounds. So what I think just happened is my metabolism slowed down just like a little bit faster than my hunger. And so that little extra gap between my metabolism and my hunger resulted in just a little bit of weight gain. And again, I'm not saying that gaining 3 or 4 pounds is like the end of my life and I'm devastated, but a small part of me is a little bit scared because I don't know how long this process is going to last, like a topical steroid withdrawal. I don't know how long I'm gonna have to be away from the gym. And so I don't know how long I might continue to gain weight for. You know, if this goes on another year or 2, I'm probably going to continue to gain body fat. And while 3 or 4 pounds is not a lot, I am a very small human and it's a visible difference. Like, I don't think I look fat, but I don't look as lean as I did. And looking at myself now, it makes me miss the physique that I had when I first got into lifting, when I was just effortlessly the leanest I had ever been. When I had shredded abs, that was the least amount of effort that I've ever put into my physique. And I just miss how I looked. I enjoyed feeling like tight. My body felt tight and it felt good. And I miss that. Being where I am right now, it makes me want it more because I am farther away from it. And I have to admit, there is a very small part of me that just wants to go back to the gym and just start doing cardio to lose fat. I have not acted upon that, and I am not going to act upon that. When I really sit down and think about it, the overwhelming majority of my brain, other than that very small voice in the back of my head, has no interest in doing that to myself. Yeah, it would be fantastic to be as lean as I used to be and just effortlessly maintain that. But right now, that's not what my body needs. And I've worked very hard to learn how to love my body. I also love my health and I love myself as a being. And I know that my body is so much more than my body fat percentage. My health is so much more than my body fat percentage. And my core being is so much more than my body fat percentage. Over these last few months, I have made so much improvement for my body, my health, and for myself as a human. And I know that acting upon that one little insecurity about gaining a few pounds and going and doing a ton of cardio would just set me back so much farther that it's not conceivably even close to worth it. My number one priority right now is healing from topical steroid withdrawal. And if that comes with a little bit of body fat gain, that's okay. If that's what my body needs, if it needs a little bit of extra fat to, feel safe, to regulate my cortisol levels, just to feel like it has the space to heal, then that's what it needs. And I know that once I do heal, I will be healthier and stronger than literally ever before, because I've been going through this for at least the last 10 years, and so I was never as healthy or as strong as I could be. So once I am healed, I will be a better, stronger version of Marissa than ever. And that is 110% worth putting on a few extra pounds of fat to be able to ultimately get to that place. I get messages from you guys all the time about this fear of weight gain, whether or not you have amenorrhea, you've lost your period, or you want to reverse diet because you've been restricting for so long that your metabolism is tanked, or whatever it is. I know that a lot of you are afraid to take these steps to heal your body, heal your health, because it could have a side effect of fat gain. And I know that that's hard to wrap your brain around. I know that that's difficult to come to terms with, especially if you're the person who, you've been heavily restricting for years in order to get to the body that you want. And maybe you love your body now, you love where it's at, but you know that it's not in an optimal place, and so you're gonna have to sacrifice that and sacrifice all your hard work in order to get healthy. That's a struggle. But here's the deal. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get your health back. And you have to make sacrifices, and you have to be okay with your body changing a little bit in order to be the healthiest version of you. You are worth so much more than your body fat percentage. Like, when you think of you as a whole being, your health is so much more a part of who you are than how much body fat you have. Who you are is also your relationships, your mindset, the things that you love to do, your hobbies, your passions, everything. You is such a big thing, and healing you as a person and healing your health is so much more important than maintaining a low body fat percentage. Don't just do it for your health, do it for you, for all of you. The healthier you are, the easier it is to maintain a lower body fat percentage or build muscle or do whatever it is you want to do. When I was at my healthiest, I was also at my leanest and maintaining it with no effort. How great would that be? To not have to put in any effort to maintaining the physique that you want to have. If you are healthy, that becomes so much easier. And yes, it may take a sacrifice of spending a year or two maybe at a higher body fat percentage than you want to, but once you get to a healthy point, it'll be a lot easier to get back to where you want to be and maintain it. Ultimately, battling against your health to maintain or achieve a certain physique is counterproductive, because if you achieve your desired physique and compromise your health in the process, you're not going to be able to maintain it, period. So even if you value your physique more than your health, which sure, if you want to do that, fine, you still need to prioritize your health, because you will not be able to keep your physique without your health. And that's kind of what I'm reinforcing to myself right now when I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, I definitely gained a little bit of weight. I remind myself that once I heal, once I am the healthiest Marissa I've ever been, it's gonna be so much easier. I'm not gonna say so easy, but it's gonna be so much easier to lose those few pounds and then maintain the physique that I want to have. A lot of you have asked me about Stephanie Buttermore's all-in journey, which if you know nothing about it, you can just ignore this part. But if you know about her journey, you know that she is going all in order to fix her health. And in the process, she has gained quite a bit of body fat. But that was absolutely necessary in order to fix her health. That's basically what I'm doing, except I don't have to eat a ton of extra calories and gain a ton of extra body fat, but I am going all in with this. Everything that I am doing is in the name of healing. And if you're trying to heal your body, being all in is so key. You know, if you're trying to heal from amenorrhea and you're doing things to reduce your stress, you're doing things to improve your sleep, you know, you're doing all of the other things that you need to do to help your body get your period back, but you're also spending a ton of time doing cardio and restricting calories so you don't gain fat, you're probably not going to get your period back until you go all in and do all of the things that you need to do to tell your body that it's safe to regulate its hormones and to be in a state where it can be reproductively healthy. Or, you know, if you're trying to reverse diet because you're stuck eating 500 calories a day, but every time you see the scale go up by a quarter of a pound, you freak out and go on another cut, you're never gonna fix your metabolism. You're never gonna be able to eat a healthy amount until you fully commit to going through the process and doing what you need to do to get to a healthy point. So basically, this is the video that I'm gonna watch back if I do end up gaining more fat and start to feel bad about that for whatever reason, because this is something that I personally do have to tell myself. It's what I reiterate in my head if I ever do get off track. If I do start thinking, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym and do a ton of cardio. No, like, I sit myself down and I tell myself, I mean, I don't actually sit myself down. It's just a quick reminder in my head. This is what I go through. This is the thought process that I constantly reinforce to myself that allows me to not get caught up in a few extra pounds of fat gain, to not let the fear of continuing to gain fat over the next 2 years scare me into not following my healing protocol. It takes practice. It takes mental discipline. It takes what feels like lying to yourself for a while until you start to believe what you're telling yourself. But I promise you what I'm telling you now is true, that health is wealth. And without your health, your physique is not something that really should concern you. One last thing that I'll leave you with. If you're scared of gaining fat and that is holding you back from doing what you need to do to heal your body, repair your metabolism, whatever, I recommend educating yourself about all of the potential negative side effects of whatever health issue you're experiencing and not dealing with that. You know, for me, it would be more years of living in chronic pain and discomfort and feeling absolutely horrible. If it's amenorrhea, so many negative side effects of losing your period. Educate yourself. That'll probably scare you into being more scared about that than gaining a few pounds of fat. Like, if nothing else is working for you to maintain a positive mindset, use scare tactics on yourself is basically what I'm saying. I'm kidding. I just mean put it into perspective. I've been sitting here for about an hour now, so I feel like this has been kind of a long video. Sorry, but I just feel like I needed to say all this because it's been on my mind a lot, and I feel like you guys deserve to know everything that I'm going through and not just see the positive side of it. So I hope this was helpful for any of you who are going through anything similar, who are struggling with body image issues or anything like that. If you guys have any thoughts, please leave them down in the comments below. Again, if you want me to talk about maintaining a positive mindset in other contexts, also let me know, because I do have some fun tips and tricks for getting through pain with a positive mindset. I'm gonna link my previous videos all about body image down in the comments below, or you can click on them over here if you want to check them out. In the meantime, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, because it really does support me and my channel, and I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, your neighbors, anyone you think might need to hear this message. If you want to subscribe to see more videos from me, make sure you hit that little button, hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I post a new video, and I will see you very soon. Bye.